review the league framework to ensure compliance, fair and credible officiating, while disciplinary measures for hooliganism must be evaluated to prevent fans and teams from indulging in it. A situation where referees are beating on match day, hooligans will just troop into the field and start harassing match officials on match days will not be tolerated. But instead of the usual, like we discussed here, I want to make it open. The usual, hey, you pay 500,000, pay this amount. That's not our interest in IMC. 3-point deduction from the club that indulge in such is our own interest. Once we deduct 3 points from your points, you know that you are getting close to relegation. Then you will learn how to control your crowd, your supporters, from getting involved in violence. Thanks. The IMC, fully aware of the enormous task and its attendant challenges, swung into action, held several physical and virtual meetings as part of efforts to actualize our mandate. The committee also traveled far and near and consulted relevant stakeholders in the game of football on the best approach to rebrand our domestic football league in conformity with global best practices. We have secured reputable sponsors for the league, and IMC is increasing the prize money of the winner of the league from 50 million naira, being the current prize money. And meanwhile, the team that won the last league has not been paid anyway. We have secured reputable sponsors for the league, and IMC is increasing the prize money of the winner of the league from the 50 million to 100 million naira. That is 100% increments.
Playing a very frontal role in shaping the future of our league.
Eyimba of Aba.
Eyimba of Aba.
Nasarawa United.
Nasarawa United. Nice.
Niger Tornadoes.
Niger Tornadoes.
B1.
B1. Hey, they are in Group A.
Baisa United against Dakar FC.
The NFF is very happy with the progress that the IMC has been making since the body was inaugurated, as they are fulfilling the terms of reference as enunciated, just now by the chairman, Honorable Gwenga Elegbeleye. The NFF is committed to a vibrant Nigerian professional football league and a viable football economy in the country. The actualization of this draw ceremony is another proof that the IMC is moving in the right direction. The NFF applauds the pre-season football tournament that was held and was hugely successful. So from this draw, we know that the teams are definitely getting ready to take part in the NPFL season, that will be like no other.
Fixtures will be made. Those in Group B, Doma United, Wiki Tourists of Bauchi.
Hello and welcome on 360 Sport on Trust TV. I am Adeni Jishafe to let you have a feel of what happened at the NPFL 2022-2023 draws that was actually made in Abuja, where clubs right now, they'll be playing a bridge league. We have Group A and Group B that will be coming up from January 8th. Where they will be fighting for who wins this particular league. Although 20 teams will be fighting for honor, 9 from the north, 11 from the south. They were actually regrouped to Group A and B. Now let's look at the Group A and B of the NPFL. So let you know how it actually stands. Kwara United, Nasarawa United, Plateau United, Gombe, El Kanemi Warriors, Eyimba International, Aqua United, Bende Insurance, Shooting Stars of Ibadan, and Remo Stars are all in Group A. And in Group B, you have Niger Tornadoes, Doma United, Wiki Tourists, Lobby Stars, Rivers United, they are actually defending champion, Abia Warriors, Dakada FC, Rangers International, Sunshine Stars of Akure, Bayelsa United in that Group A and B for 2022-2023. And now let's look at Group A fixtures, match day 1 fixtures that will be coming up. Nasarawa United will be facing Eyimba International. Aqua United versus Bende Insurance. Plateau United will be out to begin shooting stars of Ibadan. You have Kwara United against Gombe, while El Kanemi Warriors will travel to Ikene for their match day 1. And to let you know that the star match of the day is between Aqua United versus Bende Insurance of Benin. That will be coming up in Uyo. That's the star match for the match day 1 of NPFL 2022-2023. Let's look at Group B, match day 1 fixtures. You have Bayelsa United will be at home in Agua, precisely at Samsi Siasia Stadium against Zakada FC. You have Wiki Tories of Bauchi will be at home against Niger Tornadoes. Sunshine Stars of Akure will be away to Doma United, and that's in Gombe. You have Rivers United against Lobi Stars. Rangers International versus Abia Warriors in an Oriental derby. Those are the fixtures that actually made yesterday concerning the match day 1 of the NPFL as it went down across, at least that will be going down across Nigeria on January 8th, if everything goes well. But really, at least a nice one for the fact that they were able to come together. That particular draw was actually made by the interim management committee led by Benga Elegbele, for the fact that right now they will be ready to make sure a lot of things actually happen on January 8th. And now let's look at the stand. Well, the NPFL actually makes some stand concerning the IMC rather, concerning the NPFL. The new season to kick off on January 8, 2023. Super 6 will decide the winner. Top 3 teams from each group will face off to decide the winner. The winner of the league will go home with 100 million naira. Referee bonuses and salaries will be paid directly into their account by sponsors, and NPFL will be live on television. Well, good one there. Hopefully all this will happen. According to the IMC chairman, Benga Elegbele, was actually saying, well, right now they want to make sure the referees actually get their pay as at when due. By at least they will get their pay even before they enter the pitch. Although questions were asked concerning the 3 years that the referee are being owed, up to 500 million naira. The referees in NPFL were not paid for 3 years. I still don't understand how they survived, how they kept on going to these games. And really, somebody actually asked a question. What happened to the former LMC? How could you not pay someone for 3 years? A lot of questions to be answered there. Well, I have in the studio Ikena Okonko. Good to have you.
Thank you, Adeni. It's a pleasure.
It's also there, the IMC Interim Management Committee conducting the draws for the NPFL Abridged League for 2022-2023 that will be starting from January 8th. You were also there and you saw the whole situation. But right now, a lot of questions are popping up. But let's even start, let's talk about the draw first before we go into those questions.
Okay, so it was a good one on Wednesday, the 28th of December 2022. It's a landmark day. History was made, and there has probably not been a time that there was a wide acceptance to the beginning of a process. You know, this is like a beginning of a process. The preseason tournament that involved about 4 teams, that 3AC, which is Shooting Stars, eventually won, I think. They won that.
The preseason, yes, they won. And they got 100 million.
Sometimes early December. To me, it was an aside, but this is the beginning of the task they have is probably what happened yesterday, being Wednesday, like I mentioned. So it was a good one. I mean, well planned, and of course, efficiently executed. So it, this thing about first impression, they were able to give stakeholders and of course, the entirety of Nigerians an impression that there is something good coming. The only thing I'm not sure is the sustenance, because it's been a challenge in Nigeria that sometimes good things begin, but when a particular administration or government, finishes and leaves, subsequently it will not be maintained. So I do hope that this will not be it will not suffer such fate, because what is good is good. And, you know, like you rightly mentioned about the payment and all of that, maybe we'll talk about it much later. But looking at the features of the incoming season that will start on January 8, 2023, we see that the groupings was not done based on this particular team is playing in Southeast or South. The other one is playing in Northeast or North. It was done based on, you know, you are falling into a particular group because the draws put you there.
Yes.
You have a fixture because it was conducted and you find yourself there. You know, it's like a pool. Yeah, you know, so it's something gladdening. You know, it's not the usual bridge league that we used to see in Nigeria, where
this one almost is in fact looking like a straight league.
Yeah, you know, that kind of thing. It was still like a normal full-time league, you know, that you have 38 games played and all of that. So, like an Anyimba, we have to travel, you know, to, you know, maybe Meduguri to play an academy. Yeah. Yet it's still an bridge league, as it were. So, and it's still in a grouping. So, it's a good thing, and it also shows that essence of the league, which is unification, which is exposure, which is, of course, professionalism in you know, at display. So a good one.
A good one there to let you know that all the teams right now, they will play 9 home matches and also 9 away matches, making it 18 in all that they will be participating in the NPFL match. That's 2022-2023. Well, it will be starting January 8th, and we just roll out the fixtures and also the groups. Well, good one for the fact that eventually a lot of people have been clamoring that when will our league actually come back to limelight, and now hopefully in a couple of days we'll be seeing that happening. But the main thing right now is a lot of questions coming up here and there. In fact, concerning the refs, well, according to the IMC, from the way it is, they will be doing everything possible to make sure the refs are paid as at when due, starting from this season, right? According to Benga Legbele. But a lot of people were asking, what about the 3 years that this guy didn't get any money? And it surprised me that LMC, not IMC now, LMC under Shehu Diko, for 3 years, what happened that they didn't pay the refs? It's still a surprise to me. And they kept referring games.
You see, I think the chief of the coach should be meant to be somewhere in DSS.
My goodness.
And probably those that were involved in all of this shamble. It's so embarrassing.
Up to 500 million naira.
It's so embarrassing. You can't hear that even in a Mozambique.
Why did you mention?
No, you can't hear that in all those places that their football is still at the obscure level. I mean, in a country where, I mean, you talk about football in Africa, you can't talk about football in Africa and mention 1 or 2, 3 countries without mentioning Nigeria. Nigeria is a football nation. Nigeria, I mean, even when Nigeria couldn't make it to the World Cup that just ended some few days,
we know what we can do.
People from other countries were calling. We saw video that went viral. They were asking for, where are Super Eagles? Where are Super Eagles? So it goes to show that the presence of Nigeria in world football, not just Africa, is so imminent and pronounced. And so some people will just sit down somewhere and just do what they want to do, and they come to tell you something different when you interview them. It's a shame.
Well, really, it's very painful, because when I actually heard that yesterday they have not been paid for 3 years, so the tune of 500 million, then that question popped up. How come they were still going for the games? That's one. Then I remember Benga also saying that the league winner for last season has not been settled. Last season winner.
Even last 2 seasons.
Then he now said last 2 seasons.
Last season is closer. Last 2 seasons, 2020, 2021.
So it means for the past 3, 4, 5, come on, what kind of league are we running? Is it a kangaroo league or what?
Even
So wait, sorry to cut you short. It means all the whatever they show on TV that at times they bring the dummy check and all that. So the trophy and whatever they present, nothing follows it. For good almost how many years? The league title winner didn't get the winning money, the prize. And then we keep saying, oh, we have a league. No wonder. Now it's obvious that, okay, this is just the reason why we couldn't have a very strong league, because people are not even happy. That's the meaning.
Are you not aware? Of course you know. Even the staff, whether they call them staff or whatever, but these are people that worked on that LMC. They have been owed as much as probably the referees.
The LMC staff.
The LMC staff, those that are meant to, go to match venues or do one or two administrative things wherever they are. They are being owed months and probably over a year of salaries. And the top officials, the DCOs and all of those people close to him, they kept explaining away nothing.
But really, it's just very painful because during the draws, a lot of people discovered that the referees have not been paid for 3 years, up to the tune of 500 million naira. And aside that, even the winner of the league last year, upper year before, it counted at 3 or 4 years. They've not been getting the money accrued to the prize for winning the NPFL. So what's the point? Now you begin to see why a lot of players would not want to play here, because it's just like playing a dead league. When you get the trophy, but you can't even get the money, the joy. And we saw Rivers United. It means for the fact that their governor promised them $20,000 each, and it has been settled. But really, the trophy they won, the NPFL, I thought it's being sponsored by a particular organization.
Like I said, they keep explaining things that you won't understand, and even if you want to understand, there is nothing to hold on. So, how do you explain that? Okay, look at the IFC, for instance. They were just put in place sometimes in October, thereabout. And in a very short time, within 3 months, they have been able to secure an assured sponsor, assuring everybody that even the referees that will officiate, their money from the beginning to the end is ready, is somewhere. Just for them to appear on a match day, you get your money. In fact, before you even blow the whistle, your money is with you. And you're talking about an LMC established, substantive. Nobody was strengthening them. They were having a free day. An IMC is a main committee of an NFF that is an ad hoc arrangement. They are not there to stay over a period. They don't really have a specified time. They can be disbanded or whatever. But this is an LMC that had all the time to do everything they had to do for years. Now, the essence of the LMC, it was League Management Committee under Aminu Megeri, the former NFF president, some 10 years ago. From there, they had to, there were issues of legality and all of that they had to legalize them by registering them with the, I think, CAC and all. They became League Management Company. Since then, the idea behind this League Management Company was to do something that was not done under the NPL, Nigerian Premier League then, as it were. But even with from where we came from, Nigerian Premier League, now to the Nigerian Professional Football League, because the LMC created that Nigerian Professional Football League, apparently to run away from maybe issues of NPL and all of the things that came with them, with it. However, doing what should be done to get a better result has turned to be like going back more than 10 years.
Well,
what was there more than 10 years, behind?
Well, we've been talking concerning the NPFL. If you really want to open the can of worms concerning the NPFL, a lot of issues here and there. But really, Nigerians are really surprised. for the past 3 years, the referees are not being paid. Aside that, the winners have not even gotten their prize money. What's the way to go? Really, Nigerian League is just something, we just have to do something better. Well, let's hope that AMC, like they said, will do something different. Like they said that the winner will be getting 100 million, the referee will be paid as when due, and all of that. But it's really very painful. We really need to check our style of football. How do we get it right? If truly we want to get to win CAF Champions League, CAF Confederation, and you have not even settled the players that won the league, they will never be happy. Why would they be performing well?
Right now, Nigeria is not even in the top 20.
Let's not
in the league rating in Africa.
Let's not even go there, but
in Africa.
It's very painful anyway. Let's just quickly, well, we just have to leave that story because it's really a kind of worm. Well, from there, let's quickly talk about the EPL. Manchester City picked 3 points at Elland Road. Yeah, they were able to do well there, winning that game against Leeds United. They were able to win that game there. Well, good one for Manchester City. Erling Haaland was able to score a brace, and good one for them. Rodri making one there, and right now you have Struggle also making one for Leeds United, and really it went well. Well, from there we talk about the match. Really good one for Manchester City, and you just have to talk about this. But for the way it is right now, looking at the way the table is standing, quickly talking about the EPL, a lot of activities now. Arsenal are topping the table there. Well, good one for them, at least 5 points ahead of Manchester City right now. They've closed the gap again with having 35 points. Newcastle United, Tottenham Hotspur, Manchester United in that, picking up from 1 to 5. You have Liverpool, Brighton, Chelsea, Fulham, and Brentford in that pecking order. Now let's look at the from 11 to 20, talking about the EPL table. Crystal Palace, Aston Villa, Leicester, Bournemouth, Leeds United actually lost against Manchester City. West Ham United, Everton, 43. But some table, you have Wolverhampton Wanderers with 13 points. Nottingham Forest, we have two Nigerians, Awoniyi and Dennis there. They are standing 19th on the log. And you have Southampton so far with 12 points after playing 16 games in the EPL. From the way it is, Ikena, Nottingham Forest, Southampton, and even Wolverhampton, Everton, West Ham, even Leeds is still a very dicey one for them. Up to
even Leicester.
Up to Leicester, up to Aston Villa.
You know, the very astonishing thing about these clubs at the bottom of the table is that each of them has at least a Nigerian player, or one Nigerian player or the other. Leicester, they have at least two of them. Iheanacho and Wilfred Ndidi. I mean, those that are in their regular, so to say. Then Everton, they also have our own Iwobi there. Nottingham Forest, they have up to 3 or 4. Awoni and co.
Well,
then Southampton, the same thing, Joe Aribo. So it's still a very open league, and anybody can. I mean, any club can really go up to do something, trying to get up, and maybe another one may find itself somewhere down.
Well, from the way it is right now, that's just EPL. Good one for Manchester City. Right now, they close the gap again to 5 points against Arsenal. Arsenal, the Gunners, are really trying to see how they can win the league right now. They are seriously smiling. Well, from the way it is now, let's quickly talk about the French League One. Matches were also played. Let's talk about PSG. They actually struggled a bit, but even though Strasbourg got one back, 2-1 for the man. Talking about Kylian Mbappe, you have Lyon 4-2 against Brest. Clermont lost against Lille 2-0. You have Monaco defeating Auxerre 3-2. Troyes 0, Nantes 0. Angers lost against Ajaccio by 1-0, and that's how it went down in the French League One there. As it went down quickly, we look at another story, the last one that has to do with Liverpool. Liverpool reached agreement to sign Cody Gakpo from PSV Eindhoven for 44.3 million pounds. Talking about the fundraising as a record transfer fee for PSV Eindhoven. Yes, a lot of players have been signed, but right now Cody Gakpo right now is actually getting that record of 35.4. That will be rising to 44.3 million pounds. Talking about Cody Gakpo. Well, good one for Liverpool. Cut seal of Virgil van Dijk, who actually did that particular talk to Cody Gakpo.
To convince his teammates.
Yes.
He's a country's man. You know, it's a good thing for them. I mean, I wouldn't know how that slipped off Manchester
Manchester,
United that needed him more.
And it might be a more serious team came for him.
So now, I think it was this day evening or so that I was hearing that Man U want to go for Monaco's, not Monaco, Morata. I was like, wow. For all the strikers in this world, I really don't know what their plans are, but they need to get it right because where they are right now, and even where Chelsea are right now, they are in need of something drastic if they must make top four.
If they must make top four, they just have to up their game. Talking about Manchester United right now, Liverpool actually snatched that player from them. Cody Gakpo has decided to join the Reds, the Cubs, the team that never walk alone. That will be it on 360 Sport on Trust TV. Well, I've been with Ike now, Okonkwo. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Adeni.
I am Adeni Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.